Okay, now we are with Chris Boltendahl from Great Digger. Thanks, Chris, for having me. Congratulations for the release of your last record, One Collector. And my first question for you is about uh, a comment that I saw in YouTube, a fan of Grave Digger, saying that this new record is the best record since Return of the Reaper. Do you agree with this? And what do you think that makes Bone Collector so special?
I think that it's a special record because we went back to the signature sound of the band, and old school or back to the roots is such a such a word more or less which everybody like to use when they try to go back to their own roots. So I think that we follow our signature sound because we decided to do it as a four-piece band again without any schnick-schnack, no keyboards, no big background vocals, because we want to reproduce the stuff what we do on records on stage, because we are a handmade band. We made handmade music, and you don't find any MacBook in the background of the band. So yeah, and I think that was the most important thing. And if people recognize that and say, okay, that's the best like Return of the Reaper, I'm really happy.
Okay, and talking about the titles of the songs, the themes that connects all the songs. I see that we are dealing with some death and bone skeleton stuff. Songs like Kingdom of Schools, Graveyard Kings. Is there a theme that somehow connects all the songs?
No, no, no. There is no big theme. The Reaper is like a storyteller. He's sitting on his throne and telling some story to the skulls in front of him. And he say, okay, now I tell you a story about the kingdom of skulls. But we have also some other topics on this album. The rich, the poor, the dying is about people living without money on the street, yeah, and seeing people with a lot of money in their big cars and everything. There's a big difference between poor and rich. And that is something we want to present in the song. And we make a little quote on it with Dire Straits: money for nothing and chicks for free, and we call it money for nothing and death for free. And the last song, Whisper of the Damned, is a song about the commander of the cassette Auschwitz, in the Third Reich here, the Nazi regime. And he was living beside the concentration camp and living a totally normal life. And then he went to work from 9 to 5 each day and killed a lot of people, sent them to the gas chambers and all that. Then he come home and playing with his children, and that is, yeah, the banality of evil. It was also a movie, and it's really crazy that something can happen. Or Killing is My Pleasure is a song about the Iceman, the mafia killer, Robert Kuklinski. He was really also the same story, more or less. He went out. His wife didn't know his job, and he went out and killed people and come back and say, "Hey, my children, hey, bye bye, kiss you and what everything," you know. So that is something that's are topics I like to work with, because they are really cruel stories.
Yes, and well, bassist James Becker has been in the band since the 90s and is the second longest serving member after you. How important is he to the band today, and what do you consider his greatest strengths as a bassist?
I think that it is very important because Gravedigger is more or less a band which that people try to find, uh, yeah, some kind of idols. They try to identify with the members. But there are also a lot of bands which you can give a shit who's playing there. So they have a singer, and as long as the singer is the main character in the band, they give a shit on it. Like look on Sabaton, They throw out 4 or 5 members, and they have much more success with the new members. But nobody knows which kind of member they are. But anyway, I think uh, I think for a band like Gravedigger, it's important. And Jens Becker is, yeah, he's also a cult figure for people outside, because he played also with Running Wild. And I know that he hated that the people come with Running Wild covers and say, "Hey, yeah, Running Wild, Running Wild." But anyway, it's a part of his life, and he has to stand to it. Yeah.
Yes, and Grave Digger started back in the 80s when metal was somehow branching out into many subgenres. And do you think the band fits into any particular style, or is just simply heavy metal? What do you say about this?
We play heavy metal. We like to entertain the people, and that is the only thing I can say. Somebody said in the past, we are a speed metal band, we are a true metal band. The only thing what we can play is heavy metal. And yeah, sometimes I say it's true German heavy metal. That is something very big, but at the end it's heavy metal. It's classical heavy metal we grow up with, like Judas Priest, like Iron Maiden, but in a style of Gravedigger.
Ah, okay. And well, let's travel back in time a little bit. Going back to 1993, you released the Reaper record, the only album with George Michael on the drum. What was it like working with him?
There was the EP with Symphony of Death, is also
Ah,
with Jörg Michael.
yeah.
Yeah, he is a professional, and he's a very good drummer. And nowadays he's working a lot of in production with the Wacken Open Air and other festivals. And our paths crosses from time to time, and we have a really good relationship. And I remember that he played a very good drums, and he's a typical heavy metal drummer. And yeah, I like him a lot. Jörg is a really cool guy.
Yes. Well, Chris, I was checking Grave Digger's Spotify account, and I noticed that the song Rebellion is the band's most streamed song, right? So could you share the story behind its composition? What can you say about when you guys wrote this song?
Yeah, it came. Sometimes you can never plan to write a classic. And with this song, we recorded in the studio, and I mix the lyrics, and then I make the vocals on it, and then I couldn't sleep the whole night because I had this melody in my head, and then I think, oh, we created something very special. And that was the classic rebellion. Then at the end, no? and and then it was a video in the Highlands, in the original places in the Highlands, and also that we had this music TV station here in Germany called Viva. So I played this song a lot, and yeah, and everything become more famous and famous, and Gravedigger too. So, and it's the most classic song, and we have to play it like Judas Priest, Another Thing Coming, or you know.
Yes. And Chris, can you name five records that had the most impact on you and why?
From Gravedigger or from other bands?
No, from
From
other
other.
bands.
Okay, it's Van Halen, the first one, Van Halen 1. When I heard it the first time, I was blown away. Then it's Born Again from Black Sabbath with Gillan on vocals. It is also an awesome record. And then it's Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, the live album, which was never live. Only the audience was live. The rest was made in the studio, but very good. I love this record. And Grand Funk Railroad, you remember this band from the US?
Sorry?
Grand Funk Railroad.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, they have also a live album, a double live album, which is it's full of energy. It was also a trio, and it was an amazing record. And also Michael Jackson Thrillers. This is one kind of perfect music. Everything is totally perfect on this album.
Well, this is something that most fans they don't know about it.
Yeah,
That you
but
like Michael Jackson.
I think Michael Jackson's Thriller was the most sold record ever in lifetime, I think. And it's the reason why it is totally perfect. There's the songs on it, everything is completely perfect. The videos, the songs. I remember I was drunk and I heard the first time Beat It. And I said, "Ooh, is a guitar player? Must be Eddie Van Halen. There must be Eddie Van Halen." And I made some research, and at the end, it was Eddie Van Halen, and it was unbelievable. Everything is perfect on this album. So
Yes. Well, Chris, I remember some years ago when you have the lineup change, the guitarist changing. Uh, you say that somehow the band will not like be on stage for many years for the future. You have plans for the future of Grave Digger, or maybe you are preparing for the band to end. What can you say about the future?
the band to end, I can't understand that. No,
Yeah.
we are working on new songs in the
Ah,
moment.
okay.
Okay, and the cover will be finished in 2 weeks, I think, for the new album. So everything is in progress. We want to finish the album and the mix and everything next summer. So we have two complete new songs. The third is in work, and I think songwriting until April. Then record everything, mixing, mastering, and yeah, cover will be ready in end of September and beginning of October. So it's going its way, my friend.
Ah, okay. That's fantastic. Chris, well, thanks for the interview. Please leave a final message to your Brazilian fans that will attend Good Jigger concerts in Brazil.
If you want to see a classic metal show, come to Sao Paulo to the Carioca Club or to Brasilia, Curitiba, or Limeira, and we invited you to celebrate with us 45 years of Grave Digger.
Okay, thank you very much. See you on the road, and bye bye.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye.